Go First has received a conditional nod from DGCA to start operating very, very soon. Now, on top of that, it's double good news for Go First because Pratt & Whitney has also supplied 2 engines, which means that there will be more flight or more aircraft that will be made operational very, very soon.
One more aircraft, 2 engines, so 1 engine under each wing means one aircraft is going to.
But on top of that, which is also interesting, is the Singapore Arbitration Centre has now told Pratt & Whitney to supply 5 engines per month.
That's right.
So that's an addition
starting
of
August,
5.
another 5 engines, and
Right.
therein at least 5 engines every month going forward. Right now, I think Go First is also at those crossroads between the taxiway and the runway, hoping for some sort of a clearance to take off. And that clearance has come in way of the resolution professional being granted a DGCA nod, except that we don't have the dates yet. Now, this has also gone through over the last 3 months multiple iterations, and those iterations stem from, of course, 3rd of May when the aircraft fleet was grounded completely, to multiple resolution plans, interim plans being sent out for approval, and then revisions on account of audit. I think the biggest challenge that Go First is facing right now is a pilot shortage. So there isn't enough manpower available for Go First to operate with the 27 serviceable aircraft right now. Remember, the original plan that was given was to fly with 27 aircraft. But then when the DGCA audit was conducted, it was found that perhaps no more than 14 aircraft would actually be in a fly-worthy condition given the pilot shortage. And now add these 2 new engines which have arrived from Pratt & Whitney, maybe 15 aircraft, and that's about the only strength of pilots available for Go First also right now to fly about 114 odd routes which have been committed to. So I think every month, in addition to the engines arriving and more aircraft getting fly-worthy, I think Go First also has a very important task up its hand right now to recruit more and more pilots. And that is going to, over time, take this 15 number to at least 27, 28, which is as many as serviceable aircraft right now, which is actually just 50% of its total 54 aircraft, which continue to be unserviceable. 50% is about 27 aircraft which are likely to be serviceable, and another 27 yet to receive the spares. So overall, Go First will be able to resume operations, except it might not be doing sectors like Leh and other high altitude sectors, but rather focus more on the Delhi, Bombay, Pune, Bangalore, those sectors which attract more traffic and will eventually help the aircraft actually start getting some revenues. Remember also that this was holiday season which got missed by Go First. Bang in the middle of, or the starting of the holiday season, 3rd May onwards, for the entire summer vacation season, the aircrafts continue to be grounded. So no movement and a peak traffic moment in the year has got completely missed. And now Go First is hoping that at least once it starts operations again, every month, trickle by trickle, some revenue will start flowing its way.
And hopefully will be start operational by next holiday season, which is in the month of November and December. We don't know a timeline just as yet, which is another problem, because we know that this is a conditional nod. Something very interesting you pointed out is what DGCA observed, and that is lack of trained staff, which means that Go First could be hiring very, very soon for people who are out there. I think this is good news for trained pilots that DGCA is expected. Thank you so much, Karthik. DGCA is Go First, I beg your pardon, is expected to start hiring very soon. There is, of course, issues with spare parts, with refunds. All of that will have to be mitigated. All the existing issues that Go First had prior to grounding operations will have to be mitigated before Go First can take back to skies. But I'm assuming a good time to start flying would be by end of this year.
I hope so, but again, there are other challenges also. It already has 6,000 crore rupees outstanding as loans, and add to that another 500 odd crore rupees which have come in through the 4 main creditors, the committee of creditors which which are primarily the banks. They've approved another 500 crore rupees which have been infused into the airline, again on account of these spares being brought back to India, overall hiring to begin, fuel expenses, all of that. Remember, the airline has made not a trickle of revenue in the last 3 months. So by the time it actually becomes operational, it would be perhaps 5 months, 6 months or so before any single drop of revenue would have come in. And it is now receiving another 500 crore rupees as interim funding, which will also exhaust itself fairly soon. So I think the sooner Go First takes to the skies, the better it is going to be for its own financial health and overall for the sector also, which is right now marred with very few options and
high prices.
And high prices. Prices though have become a little better now. They have been contained slightly, been hemmed in a little. But yeah, I think additional 15 aircraft also right now on more frequented sectors and with better frequency is going to reduce the pressure on prices and give flyers a little more choice when it comes to to deciding how much they want to spend and what time they want to fly. So overall, I think the sooner we are able to arrive at a date and the sooner more and more aircraft get serviceable, I think the better it's going to be for the industry, for the airline and for passengers.
And for passengers, of course. We're hoping to get more choices by the in terms of the aircraft or airline they would want to take with Go First coming back to skies very soon. We don't know when, there's no timeline just as yet, but we will keep tracking all those details for you.